Hi, and welcome to the Market Alert for Tuesday, the 7th of March 2023. So yesterday, US stocks unwound initial strength amid pressure in small caps and cautiousness heading into key events. Those key events, obviously, Powell speaking today and tomorrow. Hawkish ECB and pre-Powell positioning sees stocks and bonds fade initial gains. That was in the Dow. And economic news today, well, this is the one they're talking about and alluding to, is that Powell is going to be testifying today. He's out at 3 p.m. What's he actually doing? It's the semi-annual monetary policy report before the Senate Banking Committee in Washington, D.C. So that's 3 p.m., so expect some volatility in the US markets at this time. Prior to that, though, there's nothing to move the markets as far as economic news is concerned, but you may see a lot of people getting out of positions ahead of this testimony, just in case. He alludes to more hawkishness in his comments to the Senate. It's not the Select, it's the Senate Banking Committee. Okay, let's move on and have a look at the Dow and see what it did yesterday, along with all of the other markets. So yesterday we see the Dow continue the previous 2 days by moving higher, but not a lot of momentum to the upside. That 20 bar moving average stopping prices, as can be seen here. Let me just zoom in a bit more. As you can see there's some resistance at this area, and appears to be overnight as well. In the 30-minute chart, so we can see we were drifting down yesterday, and then the US market opened, and that sent the market up just 150 points, which is no big deal, up to the R1. And then the market came back 89% of this, traded sideways, and then overnight the market's traded up. But at the moment it's heading back towards the DP, the close, and the 20 bar moving average there. I suspect this is not going to hold, and we can look for some sort of a retracement to this sort of area here, 89. And certainly the 78, which ties in with the 50 EMA there. In the German Dax, also tiny bar for yesterday. Not a lot of volume at all for this. Actually, ironically, the same as Friday. The market managing to move up on Friday with nobody selling into it, with a modest volume. And then yesterday, more or less the same volume, but struggling. So a bit of weakness around that 15,655 level. We have a new high for yesterday as well, so let me just draw that in. We've got 15,678 is the now new high for this market, and then in the monthly chart, of course, we've still got the all-time high lingering there at 16,297. In the 30-minute chart, you can see very choppy morning yesterday. The market just stuck in a range, and then moving up with the Dow, moving back down with the Dow. But you'll see the market's traded up to yesterday's high already and is on the move to the downside. So watch the close and the DP as a downside target. As I said yesterday, they would shake out initially, and I suspect they're going to do the same today as well and move the market down to more or less where the US was yesterday. But don't forget, in the 30-minute, you've got that 50 EMA, which tends to hold the market for a while in a down move, and also becomes support if it is traded back through as well to move the market back to the upside. In the S&P, we got a bit of supply yesterday. There's a bit of selling in there. Market sideways overnight, though, sitting above the 20 bar moving average at the moment, as can be seen there. Just levitating a bit, but in the 30-minute, you can see there's a bit of selling coming in there now as the market goes below the DP. It needs to stay above the 20 bar. And again, you get this BRN and close, you've got some support there with the 50 EMA. In the FTSE 100, sideways too yesterday. A bit of weakness overnight as well, nowhere near the previous day's high, and sideways to lower below the 20 and 5 bar moving average. Had more of a decent move in the FTSE yesterday. We dropped down 50 points and then moved up. It was a lot nicer than the DAX in the 30-minute yesterday. That can be seen there. Took out the 200 MA with selling that. That became resistance, and the market then moved down to the what's this, 7,900 level here, and then back up we go. So the market will be looking to get back above that 8,000 level for the FTSE 100. In the GBP JPY, market is stuck in a sideways range, needs to move higher, but no doubt this one is waiting for Powell today. That's for sure, because obviously it's going to be dollar sensitive in any comments that he makes during today. 30-minute for yesterday, we traded up to the 200 MA, then all the way back down to the lower Friday, all the way back up to the R1, and then back through the high sideways at the DP, and then back up to the high where it's had two looks at this and is now making its way back. Meanwhile, in the pound, also sideways here, as can be seen there. We've got this sideways move with a bit of a triangle pattern, rising lows there at the moment as there's been some dollar weakness. In the 30-minute chart, Friday's close was resistance, the market driving through the 200 MA and the DP level there, finding support down here at the 120 level, is it? Let me just double check that. Yeah, 120. Then it puts in its retracement, having become oversold, back up towards the higher Friday, fails there, stops at the close, and then moves all the way back down to the DP. But overnight, the market trying to get through yesterday's high, so moving quite nicely, but just a bit choppy in the direction that it's going. And in the US dollar, this will certainly be waiting for Powell today. You can see this moving down at the moment, making lower highs. Got support at the 20-bar moving average, though, for this market. Again, it depends what Powell is going to say today, to whether it supports the dollar or not. But over yesterday, you can see the down move, and then continuing to do that overnight. We're finding a bit of support there at the moment. And in the metals markets, been moving up, but I suspect we're going to see a bit of a correction in silver. 30-minute chart, again, very quiet during yesterday as the market was waiting, obviously, for today's comments by Powell, and having a breather from Friday's big move to the upside as far as the stock markets were concerned. Sitting at the close and coming off the 200 MA a few times there in the 30-minute. Where are we on the 200 MA? Yeah, we're still just sitting above the 200 MA in the daily chart as well. We need to stay above this in order to move higher. And finally, in gold, nice move there. It's been a better move to the upside. It's had less selling coming into the market as opposed to silver. And but overnight, we can see prices are down a bit, back towards that 50 EMA. 30-minute chart down, we bounced, and then we came down a bit, which is odd, actually, given the fact that the dollar has been coming down. This should have actually gone up quite easily, but yesterday see some selling around there. Bit of support overnight as the market's traded sideways, and like all of the markets, we'll be waiting to hear what Powell has to say at 3 p.m. He'll probably speak for a good hour, an hour and a half during the Senate meeting. He'll also take questions as well. And then finally, in the gold-silver ratio, you can see that gold did far better yesterday than silver in its move. Let me just bring this down a bit so we can see it, as the gold-silver ratio moved up yesterday. So silver struggling a bit compared to gold, but way too high in this ratio. Okay, that's it for this one. It's more of a quick roundup, really, because it was very, very quiet yesterday, and I suspect the morning will maybe as well, as the market wants to hear what Powell has to say so it can take its direction. Okay, that's it for this one and from me. And as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.